Hello, I'm James O'Neill, and I'll be your guide as we go back through time and uncover exciting surprises and a wealth of history that the Charles Hammond House has to show us during its renovation. Thank you for joining us for another segment of the Charles Hammond House.
Here is showing how the insect world were occupying the house. We see what appears to be combs. I can't quite tell if those were honeycombs or if those were, I believe they were used for that purpose, but we can see the remains of the bees, and there are probably thousands of bees in this this pile here, and more bees to smaller particles which may have been their waste over the centuries that they were inside that column. As we look to the top of the column, we can see where they were entering about there. I don't know if you can see that, but there are patterns resembling honeycombs or movement of the insects into that second column, the capital on that second column. We're going to go over and take a look at the column itself. Again, I was hoping to be able to reuse those columns and not lose them, but I think we're going to actually have to rebuild them from current day materials to make sure that porch is strong going forward. I wish I knew how to preserve this material for someone that studies insects. I'm sure there's some good information about what plants were growing over that time period that those insects were using that column. Here we just received a shipment of some very large pieces of wood that I believe David has in mind. This will be the wood that the columns actually will be sitting on, that the porch will be sitting on the bottom level. Here we can see, boy, this is very old wood, but this is the one column that we can see material from the insects. I believe this is the topmost portion. Again, the columns were hollow. Like an Aliens movie. And this is all the wood that has come off the two porches. Again, very old wood. We can see the debris pile of the aluminum that had come off the house. We're going to have to get that over to the recycling bin. We're trying to make sure that we're not throwing away anything that could be reused. Again, some of the pieces of the porch, balusters, the bases, the ribs that were inside the columns that were giving them strength. They were very strong columns to be square. Again, that's the Greek Revival square paneled columns that the house has. And we're going to rebuild them.